Hi everyone, Sarah, Ollie and Josh Gablich here for your Friday footy feed. It's all about teams and tips as we look forward to round 11 kicking off tonight at the SCG. The Swans taking on the Blues, and Josh, for Carlton, a big inclusion in Tom De Koning, curiously in the same week where Mark Pittonet is handed a 4-year deal.
Well, Sarah, when these teams dropped on Thursday night, they landed with the thud because Carlton fans, they were in a frenzy when Lewis Young and Jack Silvani and Ed Curnow were all dropped. Mitch McGovern keeps his spot. But Tom De Koning comes back into the 22. We haven't seen him since round 5. He's had some injury issues. He's had to earn his spot back via the VFL, but he comes in. I'm interested to see what Michael Voss does with him tonight because we've seen him play in the ruck, we've seen him play in attack. No Jack Silvani. Where does he use him tonight? Lewis Malikan for the Swans, back for the first time since the 2021 elimination final.
A long time between drinks indeed. Saturday's action, it kicks off here at Marvel Stadium. St Kilda taking on Hawthorn, and a young Saint in Mitch Owens. He's going to be missing Josh after copping some not-so-friendly fire at Giant Stadium on Saturday.
Well, no confirmed inclusions for either side at this point, Sarah. Ned Reeves has got up after being subbed out in Tasmania with an ankle issue. And curiously, no Tim Membry. He's been included in the 26-man squad. He's passed concussion protocols this week, but Ross Lyon has chosen to go with Max King and Anthony Caminiti against the Hawks.
That's a pretty big statement, no?
It is. I mean, Tim Membry's had so many interruptions this year. We know he had that knee surgery heading into round 1. He's had the concussion issues, so he might just be eased back, but it is a curiosity with Mitch Owens coming out.
Let's head to the MCG. Naarm taking on Walyulup. That's the Demons taking on the Dockers, of course. It's Luke Jackson's first foray against his former side. Really looking forward to the midfield battle. But for the Ds, no Clayton Oliver, the hamstring concern. We're not sure how long he's going to be sidelined for, Josh, but it is a pretty significant out for the Ds, isn't it?
Well, Clayton Oliver just doesn't miss. He's been so durable across the past 6 years. He is out. Lockie Hunter is out through suspension. And James Harms comes back in. He hasn't been in the 22 since round 2, so he gets another opportunity. Tom Sparrow is back. And there's been a big watch on Caleb Serong this week. He hurt his ankle against Geelong last Saturday. He barely trained all week, but he has travelled with the Dockers and is expected to play tomorrow.
To GMHBA Stadium we go for the afternoon match. The reigning premiers in Geelong taking on the Giants, and we're going to see an Irish debutant. And Josh, I think you need to take a little bit of credit here when it comes to Oisin Mullen, because I reckon on this program around a month ago you described him as the Nick Dacos of Gaelic footy, and I just had my mouth on the floor. I was going, you can't put that kind of pressure on the kid. But last night, Zach Tui echoed those sentiments, and Oisin Mullen, we're going to see him on Saturday.
Well, Sarah, this is remarkable. He has played 5 games of football in his life at any level. He's played 3 in the VFL. He played 2 in the pre-season. He has been on the cusp of Chris Scott's side for the past month. He's been in the squad. And finally, he becomes the latest Irishman to play in this game. And he's not the only big inclusion for the Cats. They get Sam De Koning back. They get Ollie Henry back. Both of them missed through different surgeries in the past couple of weeks, so they are back. But it's all about Toby Green on Saturday at Cardinia Park. The Giants are staying in Geelong on Saturday night, so they hope they'll celebrate his 200th game. Becomes just the second Giant to reach that milestone. It's going to be a pretty tough task, though, when you consider who's out. Josh Kelly out now for a month with a hamstring. Harry Himmelberg and Nick Haynes both with concussion.
If there's one player, though, the Giants will get up for, it's Toby Green, though, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, the last time we really saw him rip a game apart was that round 7 game against Sydney. I don't need to remind you.
All right, let's head up to the top end, because the Western Bulldogs are meeting the Gold Coast Suns, and Luke Beveridge's side is absolutely flying at the moment. Unfortunately, though, for veteran Jason Johannesson, he won't be up there. Sidelined Josh for at least 2 months with that serious hamstring issue. Who's going to replace him? We're not really sure at this point in time.
Well, Lockie McNeil was the sub last week. He came onto the ground at Ballarat. He's in the 22. I think Luke Cleary will come in as the sub in Darwin. We'll just have to wait and see. But the interesting selection point here is with the Gold Coast Suns. Stuart Dew has dropped Brandon Ellis. He's been a permanent fixture since he moved from Richmond. He comes out, Ben Long comes in, and the Suns, they celebrate a couple of milestones in the top end, with Matt Rowell reaching 50 games and Nick Holman 100.
Okay, Saturday's night action, it concludes out west. West Coast taking on Essendon. Both sides welcoming back the cavalry. And for the Eagles, welcoming back some much-needed experience, Josh.
Well, they are, Sarah. They need it because they have been absolutely smashed, not just in the past 7 days, But across the first 10 rounds of this season, they're in a world of hurt right now. But they get Shannon Hearn back, they get Tom Barras back, and most importantly, they get Elliot Yeo back. We haven't seen him since round 5. He's only managed the 2 games this year. It's so many issues with his body in the past few years, so he gets another opportunity to reignite his season.
On Sunday, we begin at the MCG, Richmond taking on Port Adelaide. This is going to be a fascinating watch because for the first time in a long time, Damien Hardwick, he's not in the coach's box. Andrew McQualter, he is standing in as the interim. These games, they tend to be funny, Josh. What do you expect from the Tigers?
Well, the Power head to Melbourne on a 7-game winning streak. They're in incredible form, but it's all about Richmond this week, given what's transpired at Punt Road. We know what happened on Monday with the confirmation on Tuesday with Damien Hardwick standing down from his role as senior coach. I can't wait to see what Andrew McQualter brings because this was an intrigue of the week because if you look at Richmond's coaching panel, they've got 2 there that have senior coaching experience in Ben Rutten and David Teague, yet they've gone with Andrew McQualter, who's been there for a decade. He's so highly rated internally. They get to have a good look at him across the second half of this season. I just look forward to see what he brings on Sunday.
And Neil Baum this week comparing him to Craig McRae. And that brings us to 3:20 p.m. here at Marvel Stadium on Sunday because Collingwood are meeting at North Melbourne. On paper, Josh, perhaps not the blockbuster of the round, but a really significant match for a couple of Magpies.
Absolutely, Sarah. I mean, 2 really interesting stories at Collingwood this week. Steele Sidebottom becomes just the 4th Collingwood player to reach 300 games. And I think he's got a fair bit more left in the tank when you think about his age and the way he's playing at the moment. And Mason Cox, I mean, this one is almost as significant when you think about his background. He reaches 100 games. It's an incredible story from Mason Cox. And in the opposition is a familiar name to Collingwood supporters. Jaden Stevenson plays game number 100 against his old side. So plenty of interest in this game. It's a sellout at Marvel Stadium on Sunday to see Brett Ratten go around again with North Melbourne in game 2 as interim coach.
All right, we finish round 11 at Adelaide Oval. The Crows are taking on the Lions. I don't know about you, Josh, but for mine, the match of the round. We know how formidable the Crows have been at home, and they welcome back the Big Texan.
You're right, Sarah. I think they've saved the best for last this round. Round 11 finishes in Adelaide Oval. And it's going to be a big one for Brisbane because they were smashed there by 10 goals in round 1 when they last played an Adelaide side in Adelaide. So it's going to be a big watch for the Lions. You're right about Adelaide. I mean, they get the Texan back, they get Riley Thilthorpe back, they get Tom Doedee back. But Brisbane, they finally get Darcy Gardner back. He's missed the first 10 rounds. He's come back in the VFL in the past fortnight. And with no Marcus Adams this year and potentially going forward, to get him back is a big help, especially with no Jack Payne this week.
So tonight, round 11, it kicks off at the SCG. The Swans up against the Blues. Both sides, Josh, sitting outside of the 8. Both teams pretty disappointing for different reasons so far this year. Where are you leaning towards?
Just the SCG factor with the Swans, but I'm not confident with this
They
one.
haven't been good at the SCG
No, they
this
haven't.
year.
I know. I can't tip this one. I can't do it.
Well, are you going for the Swans or
I'm
the
going
Blues?
for the Swans just because Carlton have lost 5 of their past 6 and look nowhere. But who knows? This might be the night that they reignite their season.
I think it will be. Blue Baggers, I reckon you will get the win. Enjoy the footy, enjoy the round. That's all from us. Have a great weekend.